Hey everyone, and welcome to Mortal Shell. This was released in August 2020, is a soul-like genre. I guess you would call it action RPG, maybe. Pretty good, so we're just going to get right into it. This won't be a platinum run through, but it should get you to about 80% on the trophies, hopefully. Alright, so the tutorial's pretty basic. You just wander up to this gate, carry on, beat the dude. So you follow the tutorials in order of button sequence. So coming up, we have Harden, which is L2. It's pretty much like a block, kind of. It'll negate all damage. It's pretty easy. So first off, we want to, what would you call that? Just dodge. Then double dodge is roll, and then L2 is harden. Come over, pick up your sword. Now this is great because in this first area you can't actually really take that much damage for the next fight anyways. So take a left at the gate and grab the mortal token. There's 3 of these in this tutorial area that we can pick up. This is telling you about hardening when attacking. Most of the time I don't realize I'm doing this, so just follow the tutorials. You got your lock on, you got your light attack. I just don't like taking damage, so that's fine. You got your heavy attack, and then of course you've got R1 plus L2, and I didn't have a harden, damn it. There we go, and he disappears. Coming on through the next gate, we have another mortal token. You don't need to follow these tutorials on screen. You know, kind of good though. So this is our running plunge attack, I guess, running attack. Now that is probably going to serve as my most cheesy and valuable attack throughout the game. So when you see this gate, take a left, come around here, grab the mortal token. And now we're going to enter a fight with Hayden, a proper fight. So you don't have to win this fight, but if you do, you'll pick up an item which you can get in New Game Plus, it's no problem. But otherwise, yeah, you won't find it throughout the game. So just to save the playthroughs, I am going to try and beat him. So there he is. So for the most part, I'm going to just speed up this whole fight just to make this video shorter. But what you want to do is bait him into attack. So now he's not going to harden for a little bit. Wait for your harden to pop up, and then in mid-air harden, then come down. You can always get a couple of hits in after that too, maybe 1 hit. So we'll do that again just to show you. He's going to harden, but that's fine. And dodge immediately after. Right, and there we have it. So, not that hard to beat and quite easy to cheese. For beating that guy too, you'll get a trophy called Face Off. And here starts the game. It's a pretty short game, but it's pretty fulfilling. Like, I've already spent probably 30-40 hours on this game just trying to get the platinum. Still haven't got the platinum, but I am close. So anyway, you want to crawl through here, and we're about to pick up our first shell. So if you noticed on this particular character, he's got like 1 hit's worth of health and a huge load of stamina. This is just your mortal form, I guess, your squishy form. There's a trophy for never bonding with a shell throughout our whole playthrough, and there's also a trophy for beating the game in Obsidian Dark form, which is at a shrine. I'll show everyone later, but I recommend getting Obsidian Dark form and never bonding with a shell all at the same time, so you get that trophy all at the same time. Other than that, that's pretty much why I can't do a platinum, is because you need to do 2 runs, and one of those runs need to be a no damage. Not only that, I don't think you can do it throughout New Game Plus, simply because when you start New Game Plus you're already attached to a shell, so probably confusing the crap out of everyone. That's alright. Throughout the playthrough there are going to be all these little secret lore panels, which we get a slight reward for. So you just want to run up to, I think it's this wall, and you have to hit it in the right place. Now read it, because it'll go in your diary. It's just an etching, and we got a glimpse of wisdom. If you're new to the game, down in the right hand bottom corner there's 2 numbers. The one on the right is your glimpses, the one on your left is tar. Tar is like souls and currency, pretty much. Glimpses is a form of currency as well. It's just, in fact, they work in very similar ways. It's just, for 1 glimpse you'll get 250 tar or something like that. Like, you'll pick it up pretty quick. The item we got for beating Hayden is a glimpse of Reverie? I don't know how to pronounce that. It comes maxed out familiarity, but the fact that we've got it means we're familiar with it. Whereas the familiarity on this item, we have to use, what does it say, 8 more times before we can max out the familiarity. Same with the mortal token, we need to use that 10 times. So getting familiar with all these items is going, again, to be hard, but it'll be for the trophy at the end of the walkthrough. Little things like that, you know, it's quite fun to sort of play around with. Anywho, coming through, we've got our first shell and another trophy called Flesh and Instinct for finding your first shell. This is Haros, I believe. Alright, now we can carry on. Depending on how time's going, we might even take on a boss in this episode. So we got the etching. coming through here, we've got our first camp. Now, mushrooms, that's your health system. They gradually heal you over time. I think it's 30 points for 30 seconds, something like that. It's something real slow. You can stack them, which is good, so if you eat like 2 or 3 at a time, brilliant. But yeah, time consuming, so healing in a boss battle is just not the plan. Helpful, but not the plan. We have a Shell of Instinct, which these will just show you glimpses of, I think that must be Hayden, and where to go next, pretty much. Or where to go to get particular weapons or shells, you know, that sort of thing. Kind of helpful. We have Dead Brigands, so he's got a glimpse of futility. We should have a treasure chest just over here. And we've got a simple loot and a Remnant of Tar. Remnant of Tar is just pretty much, what were the items in the Souls games? You know, they're like those expendable items where you can gain tar from using it. See, we just got 80, so that's fine. Right. So anyway, walking through here, we'll see the tower that we saw the vision of Hayden going through. Coming on through, I'm not going to explore much for these first couple of episodes. Grab the Remnant of Tar. And over here there's a etching. Remember to read that. And here's our first brigand. So remember your leaping attack. These guys pretty much stagger when you do that, so it's great. We will take on, remember there's a guy over here to the left too, so we will take on this guy. A great combo with the sword is light, heavy. So once I get these down to one enemy, so they can't ambush me, like that. Right, so you go light, heavy. That's brilliant. If you can pull that off with an enemy, that's great. Anywho, coming through here. So you'll probably notice these things around. These are unlockable during a fog state, which is just after you beat a main boss. Something we'll come to a bit later. Curving around to the right, we've got another mushroom. There is a trophy for picking up 60 of these, so make sure you pick up as many mushrooms as possible. And we have a task spore. I would recommend taking 2 of those as soon as possible. It'll max out your familiarity, and if you get poisoned, it'll heal you from poison. Over here in this place, this is pretty much like our main hub for everything.
Pray.
So we have Sister Janessa.
Oh.
Now we need 250 tar. So I don't think we can do that with just this. Oh, I was wrong, we can. Cool.
Don't hope you're not.
I am ready. Let me sip it, thank you. So for every shell you need to find out their name before you can sort of learn their abilities. Now the first ability that I'm going to be getting with this guy is Recollection of Knowledge, which is 2,500 tar and 13 glimpses. Or you could get a kick. So you can get a trophy using this one, and you can get a trophy using Recollection of Knowledge and Recollection of Strength. So yeah, they're things you want to get early on, plus they'll help us through our playthrough, which is great. These grave sites, you can touch them to find out where the shells are. However, next episode I'll just be running through and grabbing the other 3 shells anyways, so don't need to worry about that. Coming through here, you have a freaky bird thing. I think he's called the Unchained. We grab the Tattered Vestment. So if you're looking at that and not sure what it does, when we get a hold of new weapons, that's pretty much just your weapon swap out. So you can go back to the sword instantly, or you can go to a hammer and chisel, a martyr's blade, or a mace, which, just for the record, is all over here. I will grab them, but I'm not going to be using them. I won't be using the mace. I won't be using the martyr's blade. I will be using the hammer and chisel. I just find it a hell of a lot faster. However, the sword is a pretty stock standard weapon and it's brilliant. Like, either the sword or the chisel will get you through a playthrough easy. The martyr's blade and the smoldering mace, I think it is, I find them hinky. I can't get into them. Anyway, enough talk about those. We'll find those later. Talk to the bird.
Perhaps you too can use it to free yourself from this wretched land.
Alright, so L1 to parry. I'm pretty much just going to skip through all of that guy's dialogue. He is boring. So, L1 to parry. It costs resolve. One more thing to go through. So, above your health bar are these little yellow lines. You can sort of see one. This particular shell can pick up 4 resolve. Now, you get those through repetitive attacking and stuff like that. And they allow you to use either a weapon art or a parry. There's a trophy for doing 100 parries in one playthrough, so we'll be doing that at some point with the brigands. They're easy as to parry. How are we for time? We may as well take on Grisha. So this is our first boss. As a rule of thumb, I am going to just come through here the whole time. You can miss out on all these bear traps and not worry about the bullshit. So just if we're coming through this general direction, always go through there. So to take on Grisha, we don't have any weapon arts, we don't have any upgrades on our weapon. Just gonna basic butcher. So what you want to do is run and leap attack and then harden. When she hits you like that, turn to the right a bit, 1, 2, heavy attack, and then roll away. And just rinse and repeat that. You shouldn't even take damage if you're smart enough. When he does a wide sweep, just roll away. You want him to dig into the ground, so that's the main concept behind this. So that, dig into the ground, to the right a bit, 1, 2, 3 combo, roll away. So remember, always keeping your distance. 1, 2, 3, roll away. Now remember, when you hit dodge that first time, you actually entered a semi-hardened state, so you won't take damage, or you shouldn't in theory. To the right, 1, 2, 3, roll away. Now make sure you sort of stay towards the center of the arena, I guess, too. Kind of helps. Or if you're not confident with that 1, 2, 3 combo, just wham him once. Crap, did that wrong, but that's alright. Yeah, once and run away, once and run away. It's time consuming but effective. And we should only have one more hit on him. Bam. And that's Grisha done. I don't know what my character just did. He jumped. That was weird. Ah, hell. Got a lot more time in this video than I thought. Okay, so we've got a mechanical spike. Coming on back to the main area. Now another strategy to that is distracting Grisha while you pick up that metal spike. Mechanical spike, my bad. Run back, upgrade your sword, and just build up resolve and smash that on him. During a performance of a weapon art, you get iframes badly or goodly, however you look at it. So pretty much that's your weapon art for your sword. Along the way we're going to pick up a ballista, which is just a heavy gun sort of thing. It's alright. I've never really found a use for it except for getting a trophy with it, so that's fine. These two things are for your tarnished seal, which is your parrying weapon we picked up. This is for quenching acid. Quenching acid will strengthen your weapon. We'll be getting the hammer and chisel. I was about to call it a hatchet. Hammer and chisel up to level 5, and possibly the sword up to 3 or 4. And this is a second weapon art. Now, so L1, R1 is your first weapon art, R2 and L2 are your second weapon art. Both weapons have them. And I forgot about an etching, so we're going to come down here, and to the left, just on this bit of wall here, is not one. Where is it? There it is. Remember to read the etching. So just for reference, when you look down, it should be on that wall there. We have a merchant up here past the workbench, and you'll see a bell and a staircase, which for some reason I always get like snagged on for some reason. You can pet the cat and you'll grab the trophy. Not actually sure what that trophy's called, but nevertheless you get a trophy for it. This is your merchant. Right, there's a trophy for spending 50,000 tar with this guy. Otherwise you can pick up things like your roasted rat, which in fact I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up 2 of those. Inferior moonshine, which I'm not going to pick up at the moment. There's our tools to create the ballista. There's 2 quenching acids here, so you can upgrade your weapon, but that's for 2,500 tar each, so you know, go figure. Otherwise, all of these are just like, that's your ammo for your ballista. That's an effigy for Harris. It means you can transform into Harris at any time. Things like that. So we got 2 roasted rats. We're going to be using one of these for a future trophy. Just keep it in your inventory, at least one. Other than that, we're pretty golden. There's a remnant of tar over there. And that'll be about it for this episode, I reckon. So thank you all for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. I'll see you here next time.